Hello, everybody. Scoony 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 13-5 New York Mets taking on the 14-5 Chicago Cubs. This is game 2 of a 2-game series between the Mets and the Cubs. Cubs winning the first game. Can the Mets come back to split the series, or will the Cubbies raise the W again at Wrigley Field? Here's the starting lineup for the New York Mets. Leading off, the shortstop, Jose Reyes. Batting second, the right fielder, Angel Pagan. Batting third, the third baseman, David Wright. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the center fielder, Carlos Beltre. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Carlos Diago. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Diamond Easley. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Brady Clark. Batting eighth, the catcher, Raul Castanova. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Nelson Figueroa. On the mound for the Cubs, it is Ted Lilly. Comes into the game with a 7.04 ERA. He's got 1 win and 1 loss. He's pitched 23 innings, allowed 29 hits, 12 strikeouts, and 3 walks. We're here at historic Wrigley Field, which gives a +2 to strikeouts and a +1 to walks, nothing to home runs. And with that, Jose Reyes, batting a .310, steps up into the batter's box as the home plate umpire dusts off home plate. And the first pitch, 3-6, column 3, row 6, that is a strikeout. On a 1-9, that is a 3, struck him out. And with that, 1 away, Angel Pagan batting a .268. 4-5, column 4, row 5, double question mark. Pagan being a switch hitter, so he's batting right today. Double star on a 1-5. The 20 is too high. Before we resolve the play, let's take a look at the starting defense for the Cubbies. Johnson is out there in left field. Pye will be in center field. Hoffenper will be out there in right field. Going around the horn, we've got Ramirez on third. Sindo's at short. DeRosa's on second. Lee at first. Blanco behind the plate, and Lilly is on the mound. Pagan, 4-1, column 4, row 1, and that is going to be a ground ball to Lilly. Back up the middle, Lilly takes it, underhands it to Lee, tags the base, and 2 away. David Wright batting a .286. And the pitch. 5-1, column 5, row 1, strikeout on a 1-10. The 12 is too high. 6-6, column 6, row 6, power hit to Pye. And that's going to be a 17. That's going to drop in for a double. So we roll 1d20 against this power hit line. On an 11-17, it becomes a double. And with that, David Wright is on, keeps inning alive with a double. Carlos Beltre batting a .318, strategy roll is a 10. Mets holding off. 1-6, column 1, row 6. Now that is a wild pitch, so reroll 1d20 against his wild pitch rating. If it falls within a 1-9, it becomes a wild pitch. A 10-11, it becomes a pass ball. It is a 15, nothing happens. 1-3, column 1, row 3. Ground ball down the third baseline to Ramirez, who will make the catch and retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Mets. And here is the starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs. Leading off, the left fielder, Reed Johnson. Batting second, the center fielder, Felix Pye. Batting third, the first baseman, Derek Lee. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Amiris Ramirez. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Mika Hoffenper. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Mark DeRosa. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Ronnie Sindo. Batting eighth, the catcher, Henry Blanco. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Ted Lilly. On the mound for the Mets, it is Nelson Figueroa, who will come into the game with a 3.21 ERA. He's got 1 win and no losses. He's pitched 14 innings, allowed 7 hits, 14 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Reed Johnson batting a .358, and here is the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is going to be a walk. On a 1-5, the 14 is too high. 5-2, column 5, row 2, fly ball back there to Pagan. Makes the catch and puts one away. Felix Pye batting a .269. 4-6, column 4, row 6. That's going to be good. And that is going to be good for a single, Pye being a left-handed batter. So in the pitcher card, we look to the left-hand side of the slash. So let's take a look at the starting defense for the Mets. We've got Clark out there in left field, Beltre at center, Pagan's at right. Going around the horn, we've got Wright on third, Reyes at short, Easley is on second, Diago at first, Castanova behind the plate, and Nelson is on the mound. Strategy roll 7 as Derek Lee steps up. Infield at double play depth. Cubs holding off, and here is the pitch. 1-1. Column 1, row 1. Strikeout on a 1-11. That's a 6. Struck him out. Still attempt for Pye. Strategy roll is a 2. That is going to be a 2. It's going to be a throwing error. Castanova's error range is a 0, so no throwing error there. The 20 is too high. But Ramirez batting a .343, 2-4, column 2, row 4. Possible error on a throw. So on an error check, it's the number in the bracket. 4-2, column 4, row 2. Fly ball to Pagan. Error range for Pagan is a 0. That's going to be a 20. No error there. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Cubs leave 1 stranded. After 1, we're tied at 0. We go to the top of the second. Carlos Diago, Diamond Easley, Brady Clark due up for the Mets. Carlos Diago batting a .306. 2-5, column 2, row 5. That's going to be a single. Diago being a left-handed batter. So on the pitcher card, we look to the left-handed side of the slash. Diamond Easley batting a .333. Strategy rolls an 18. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a blank. Now, we consider that a blank right now because Ted has not faced his allowed number of batters. Easley, 1-1, column 1, row 1. Fly ball back there to Pye. And that'll be out number 1, 1 away. Brady Clark batting a .333. Strategy roll 9, and here is the pitch. 2-5, column 2, row 5. This time it's a double star. Clark being a right-handed batter. Double star, fly ball back there to Pye. He'll make the catch. And that puts 2 away. 2 away, and Diago is on first, and with 2 outs and runners on base. You add 1 to the base run rating. Raul Castanova batting a .222. Strategy roll is an 8. 2-4, column 2, row 4, home run on a 1 to 5. The 17 is too high. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That's going to be a single down to shortstop to Sendo. And that will hold the runners at first and second. Thiago would go from first to third. On a base run rating of a 5 through 6, that is a 3. He will hold. Nelson Figueroa due up. And here is the pitch to Figueroa. His strategy roll is an 11. 1-4, column 1, row 4. Strikeout on a 1 to 27. That is a 3. Struck him out. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the Mets. We go to the bottom of the second. Mika Hoffenper, Mark DeRosa, and Ronnie Sendo due up for the Cubbies. Mika batting a 500. 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a blank. 1-4, column 1, row 4. Double star 4. It's going to be a fly ball back to the Beltre. He'll make the catch and put one away. Mark DeRosa, batting a 306. 6-3, column 6, row 3. Strikeout on a 1 to 11. The 3 in range. Struck him out. Because remember, we're adding 2 to that range for the strikeout. So 2 up, 2 down. Ronnie Sendo batting a 250. 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a walk plus. Now, on a walk plus, we add 10 to that range, plus the ballpark range. So we're adding 11. That's a 23. That's going to be an 8. And that's going to be good for a walk. And that is going to bring up Henry Blanco. Blanco batting a 308, runner on first. Strategy roll is a 16. 5-5. Column 5, row 5. That's a wild pitch. On a 1 to 2, it's a pass ball. It's a 5. Nothing happens. Blanco. 1-5. Column 1, row 5. Power hit to Beltre. That's going to be a 19, and that's going to be a fly ball out. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, but 1 left on for the Cubs after 2. We're at 0. We go to the top of the third, and it's the top of the order for the Mets. Jose Reyes, Angel Pagan, and David Wright. Jose Reyes is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 6-1, column 6, row 1, at the ballpark. So anytime you roll, the at symbol comes up on the pitcher card. You resolve the play on the ballpark card. We're going to go to Wrigley Field for the play. 2-2, column 2, row 2, an HRP. And that's just going to be a fly out to left field because the rating for the home run was higher than Reyes's home run range. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Angel Pagan, who is 0 for 1. 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a range play. Now, on a range play, we check the first number in the outfielder's arms. Whose range are we checking? 1-4. Column 1, row 4. It's going to be a double to Johnson. His range is on a 1 to 4. Does he make the catch? He does. That is, range is on a 1 to 4. That's going to be a 1. He'll make the catch as he takes a belly slide on the grass. On that one, he's 5 for 6 on his range plays. David Wright, 2 up, 2 down, right? 1 for 1 with a double, and here is the pitch. 4-5, column 4, row 5, double question mark, double star on a 1 to 5, the 12 is too high. 2, 6, column 2, row 6, that's going to be a single to Cindo, and that's going to be good for a base hit. Carlos Beltre 0 for 1, strategy roll is a 12, infield normal depth, 2, 6, column 2, row 6, possible error, 2, 4, column 2, row 4, power hit to pi on a 13, that's going to be a fly out. And pi's error range is a 0, that's going to be a 7. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the bets. We go to the bottom of the third. Ted Lilly, Reed Johnson, and Felix Pie due up for the Cubbies. Ted Lilly batting a 200, and here is the pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3. That's going to be a walk plus on a 1 to 13. That is a 4. And that's going to be good for a walk. Ted Lilly on first. Strategy roll is a 16. We go to the top of the order. Reed Johnson 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 2-1, column 2, row 1, range play. Whose range are we checking? 3-2, column 3, row 2. Power hit to Beltre. His range is on a 1 to 4. That's going to be a 3. That's going to be good for a single. His range, that's going to be a 1. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Felix Pie, 1 for 1. Strategy roll is a 16. Infield double play depth. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That's going to be good for a single. And with that, Ted Lilly will take second. Pie is on first. And Derek Lee is up. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 14. And here is the pitch. 6-2, column 6. Row 2, strikeout on a 1 to 11. That is an 11. Struck him out. So 2 away, and that's going to bring up Ramirez, who is 0 for 1. And the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6, strikeout. On a 1 to 9, the 19 is too high. Strategy roll was a 14, 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That's a single to Pagan. And with that, that'll load the bases up. Lilly will go to third. He'll get the hold sign. Base run rating is a 3. The die roll is a 5. So if the die roll is higher than the base run rating, he'll hold. It needed to be a 3 or less for him to advance. Nelson, pickoff chance. Anytime you roll a 20, it's a pickoff attempt. Doesn't pick anyone off, but the number there it is. It is a 5. And Mika Hoffenper, here's the pitch. 5-5, column 5, row 5. Double question mark, single on a 1 to 18. That's a 17. That's going to be good for a base hit. So that's going to drive in Ted Lilly. Pie is on third, but does he advance home? He'll go from second to home on a 1 through 6. That is a 4. 2 runs will score. On that play, and it's a 2-run RBI single by Mika Hoffenper, and the Cubs are up 2-0. Mark DeRosa is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy rolls a 6. And here is the pitch. 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a blank. DeRosa, 3-2, column 3, row 2, double star 3. That's going to be a fly ball back to the Beltray. He's ways off Clark, who comes in, and he'll make the catch. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on for the Cubs. After 3, Cubs 2, Mets nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. Carlos Thiago, Diamond Easily, and Brady Clark due up for the Mets. Carlos Thiago, 1 for 1, and here is the pitch. 4-5. Column 4, row 5, double question mark, single and a 1-5. That is a 5. It's in range, and that's going to be good for a base hit. So Thiago is on with a base hit. Infield double play depth. Strategy roll is a 2, and that's going to be good for a hit and run. All ground double play ratings get a -2. Base run ratings will get a +2. Home run and walk ratings are cut in half or round those down. If the all lineouts are considered double plays, and if the batter strikes out, we'll resolve the play as a steal. Diamond Easily 0 for 1. 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1-8. The 18 too high. 5-1, column 5, row 1. It's a single down the first base line to Ramirez. And that'll put Thiago on second. Easily is on first. Infield still at double play. Strategy roll is a 6. Brady Clark is up. He's 0 for 1. And here is the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3, range play at Wrigley Field. We're going to go to Wrigley Field. 3-2, column 3, row 2, double star 6. It's going to be a fly ball to Hoffenper. His range is a 1. That's going to be a 5, and that's going to be good for a base hit. And with that, Thiago will go to third. He's waved around to come home. The die roll is a 2. That is less than the 3. So 1 run will score. Easily will go to third. And it's an RBI single by Brady Clark. 2-1 Cubs. Raul Castanova is up. He's 1 for 1. Strategy roll 17. Mets holding off. 6-3. Column 6. Row 3. That is a blank. 4-4. Column 4. Row 4. Fly ball to Pie. And that is going to be a failed sacrifice roll. And we'll show the rundown. That is a 2. Easily is a 0, and that is a 1. The runner quickly out, no others advance. So that's going to be a force out for Easily. He's thrown out at the plate. So he tries to go for home. He's thrown out at the plate, and that'll put 2 away. Next up is going to be Nelson Figueroa. Still attempt for Clark. That's going to be a 10. It's going to be a -1 from Blanco. Clark will go to second, puts himself in the scoring position. And here is the pitch to Figueroa. 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a walk on a 1-4. The 18 is too high. 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a line drive to DeRosa. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Ronnie Sindo, Henry Blanco, and Ted Lilly due up for the Cubs. Taking a look at Nelson Figueroa, he can face 8 more batters before he's considered tired. Ronnie Sindo walked his last time up, and here is the pitch. 5-5, column 5, row 5. It's a wild pitch. It's a foul ball. We're going to re-roll the dice. Nobody's on. 3-1, column 3, row 1 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Wrigley Field. 1-5, column 1, row 5, HRP. Home run range is a 3. It goes to Clark. That is a 3. And that ball is out of here. Solo home run for Ronnie Sindo as he smacks it into the bleachers above the ivory. Clark crashes into it. And that is a solo home run for Ronnie Sindo. That is his first of the replay. He hit 2 in the actual season. And with that, it gives the Cubs a 2-run lead. It's 3-1 Chicago. Henry Blanco 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a walk plus on a 1 to 15. Remember, we're adding 11 to that range. That's a 15. That's going to be an 8, and that's going to be good for a walk. So Blanco will trot on down to first, and that's going to bring up Ted Lilly, who's batting a 200. He has a walk and a run scored in this game already. Strategy rolls an 11. The Cubbies will hold off, and here is the pitch. 6-6, column 6, row 6 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Wrigley Field. 3-1, column 3, row 1. It's a single out there into left field to Clark. And with that, Henry Blanco will hold at first. Top of the order, Reed Johnson, who's 0 for 2. Strategy rolls a 2, and here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6, strikeout on a 1 to 12. The 18 is too high. 2-1, column 2, row 1. It is a power hit to Beltre. So on a 1 to 7, it's a single. On an 8 to 10, it's a double. And that's going to be a 14, and that's going to be a fly out as Beltre will make the catch at the warning track. Blanco will hold. And that's going to bring up Felix Pie. Pie is 2 for 2 with a run scored. Strategy roll 16, and here is the pitch. 1-1, column 1, row 1, strikeout on a 1 to 18. That is an 18. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. Derek Lee, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Strategy roll 19. Cubbies holding off. 3-4, column 3, row 4, strikeout on a 1 to 11. That is a 7. Struck him out. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom. After 4, it's Cubbies 3. That's 1. We go to the top of the 5th. Jose Reyes, Angel Pagan, and David Wright due up for the Mets. Ted Lilly can face 7 more batters before he's considered tired. Top of the order for the Mets, Jose Reyes 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a walk on a 1-11, the 14, too high. 2-1, column 2, row 1. Ground ball to the shortstop to Sendo. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Lee. And that'll be out number 1. 1 away, and that's going to bring up Angel Pagan. Pagan is 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3. Range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to Wrigley Field. 2-6, column 2, row 6. Ground ball to DeRosa. His range is on a 1-3. And that's going to be a 5. It will go past him. And so for DeRosa, he's 6 for 13 on range plays. Strategy rolls a 12, and here is the pitch. David Wright is 2 for 2 with a double. 3-4, column 3, row 4, range play. Whose range are we checking? 1-1. That's a pop-up to Sendo, double play range. His range is on a 1-2. That's going to be a 2. He'll make the catch. And puts 2 away. Carlos Beltre is up. He's 0 for 2. Strategy rolls a 9. And here is the pitch. 5-5. Column 5, row 5, hit by pitch. That is a 0. Lilly will give a -1. Can't go low within 0. The 10 is too high. 4-1, column 4, row 1. Fly ball back to the Hoffenper. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Actually, 1 left on, sorry. 1 left on for the Mets. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Amiris Ramirez, Mika Hoffenper, and Mark DeRosa due up for the Cubbies. Nelson Figueroa can face 2 more batters. Bullpen action warming up for the Mets. And here is the pitch to Ramirez, who is 1 for 2. 5-5. Column 5, row 5, wild pitch. It's a foul ball. Re-roll the dice. Nobody is on. 5-6. Column 5, row 6. That is a blank. 3-3. Column 3, row 3. Pop up to the shortstop. To Reyes. He'll make the catch. And that puts 1 away. Mika Hoffenper. 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. And here is the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2. Strikeout on a 1-18. That is a 9. Struck him out. And that's going to bring up Mark DeRosa. And with that, Nelson Figueroa is now tired. DeRosa 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 3-5, column 3, row 5. He is tired. We now go to the walk result. That is going to be a walk. On a 1-16, that is a 5, and that is going to be a walk. And with that, here comes the skipper. And with that, call to the bullpen has been made. They come out and take the ball away from Nelson. And with that, they are going to bring in they're going to bring in Jorge Sosa. That is his card. Sosa will come to the game with an 8.49 ERA. He's got no wins and 2 losses. He's pitched 5 1/3 of an inning, allowed 10 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Nelson, he went 4 2/3 of an inning, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 3.85. Pickoff attempt, strategy rolls a 20. Doesn't pick anyone off, rolls an 11, nothing happens. Ronnie Cinda, 1 for 1, home run, walk, run, RBI, 5-5. Column 5, row 5, that's going to be good for a walk. On a 1 to 13, that is a 6, and that'd be a walk. So runners on first and second, Henry Blanco is up. He's 0 for 1 today with a walk. Strategy roll 19, and here is the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6, strikeout on a 1 to 11. The 13 is too high. 2-5, column 2, row 5, fly ball back there to Clark. And that'll be out number 3, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Cubs. After 5, it's Cubs 3, Mets 1. We go to the top of the 6th. Carlos Diago, diamond easily, and Brady Clark due up for the Mets. Carlos Diago is 2 for 2 with a run, and here is the pitch. 1-5, column 1, row 5, strikeout on a 1 to 12. That's going to be a 4. Struck him out. And that'll be 1 away. Diamond easily is 0 for 2 today, and here's the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1, strikeout. That is a blank. Sorry, that is a blank. Ted Lilly can go 2 more batters before he's considered tired. 6-3, column 6, row 3, ground ball to Cindo. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Brady Clark, 1 for 2 today with an RBI. And here is the pitch, 2 up, 2 down. 2-4, column 2, row 4, home run. That is a 0. The 12 is too high. 2-2, column 2, row 2, double star 1. Fly ball back there to Johnson. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. It's an easy inning to score. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Ted Lilly, Reed Johnson, Felix Pye due up for the Cubs. Ted Lilly, are they going to let him take the hit? They are. Ted Lilly, batting a 273. The pitch, 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. 5-2, column 5, row 2. Ground ball up the center to Sosa. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Top of the order, Reed Johnson, 0 for 3. And here is the pitch. 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is going to be a walk. On a 1 to 5, that is a 3. And that's going to be good for a walk. So strategy rolls a 1. That's going to be a 9. They're not going to send him. Still attempt rating is a 9, not sending him. 4-4, column 4, row 4. Double question mark. Single at a 1 to 5. The 10 is too high. 6-5, column 6, row 5. Ground ball down the first baseline to Diago. He'll make the catch. And with that, we'll take a look here to see if it's a double play. That is a -1. That is a -2. So that's going to be a 1. We roll 1d6 against the ground. Double play rating is a 3. Johnson on first. He's forced out at second. And with that, Felix Pie is on with a base hit. Next up, it's going to be Derek Lee. Lee is 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. Strategy rolls of 14, infield at normal depth. 4-1. Column 4, row 1. That is a strikeout. Sosa tired. That's an 11. The 12 is too high. 3-1. Column 3, row 1. It's a fly ball back there to Pagan. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. After 6, it's Cubbies 3, Mets 1. We go to the top of the 7th. Raul Castanova, Jorge Sosa, and Jose Reyes due up for the Mets. Ted Lilly coming out of the game. He is officially tired. And with that, we are going to bring in Jeff here. That is his card. Jeff comes into the game with a 6.32 ERA. He's got no wins and no losses. He's pitched 5 2/3 of an inning, allowed 8 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Ted Lilly. Lilly went 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 strikes, an ERA of a 5.90. Raul Castanova due up, so 8-9-1. Castanova batting a .250, and here is the pitch. 3-2, column 3, row 2, strikeout plus on a 1-21. That is a 4. Struck him out. Jorge Sosa not taking the hit here. They're going to bring in Aguinas Reyes will come in. Reyes batting a 143, the pinch hit. 4-4, column 4, row 4, that is a blank. 2-4, column 2, row 4, power hit to Johnson. That is an 11, and that's going to be good for a single. So Reyes is on with a base hit, and we go to the top of the order. Strategy rolls a 20. That's going to be a pickoff attempt. Jeff doesn't pick anyone off. That is a 17. It's too high. Reyes 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 2-4, column 2, row 4. Possible error on a throw. 4-3, column 4, row 3. Line drive, back up the alley to the pitcher, sorry. And the runner is doubled up. That is a 0, 13 too high. That's a double play, and Singh take me out to the ball game. As we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Cubs edition. So the Mets have a new pitcher on the mound as we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. And that is going to be They're going to bring in Brian Strokes. Strokes will come into today's game. That is his card. Strokes gets the call up. He comes into the game with a 1.29 ERA. He's got no wins, no losses. Does have one save. He's pitched 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 9 strikeouts, no walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Jorge Sosa, he went 1 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 walks, an ERA of a 6.71. Let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played here at Wrigley Field. The Mets scored the only run in the 4th inning, so 1 run on 9 hits and no errors. The Cubbies scored 2 runs in the 3rd, a run in the 4th, 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Bottom of the 7th, and it's the heart of the order. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Cubbies. Brian Strokes, and here's the pitch. 4-6, column 4, row 6, strikeout on a 1-9. That is a 9. Ramirez will strike out. He's 1 for 3 today, and that'll put 1 away. Mika Huffenpur, 1 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 RBIs. And here is the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3, strikeout plus on a 1-28. That is an 18. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. And Mark DeRosa is up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 6-4, column 6, row 4, strikeout on a 1-11. The 16 is too high. 6-2, column 6, row 2, line drive to Easily. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left off. It's an easy to score. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across the board. After 7, Cubs 3, Mets 1. Go to the top of the 8th. Angel Pagan, David Wright, and Carlos Beltre due up. And we have a couple changes to the Cubs defense. Huffenpur coming out at right field. So Huffenpur is coming out at right field. And Reed Johnson's going to go over to right field. And in left field, we're going to get Alfonso. He's going to come in there at left field. At third base, so Ramirez is going to come out. Sindo is going to go over to third. And for shortstop, Brian Thurot's going to come in. So that is the changes to their defense. Angel Pagan, 1 for 3, as Jeff will step up. So Jeff, no wins, no losses. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings, allowed 9 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Ted Lilly. He went 6 hit for Jeff. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, top of the 8th, and Jeff is going to come in. He can face one more batter, but no, they're not going to keep him on the mound. And with that, They are going to bring in Bob Horay will come in. Yeah. Yep, Bob Horay is going to come in. That is his card. No double switch to their order. So Horay will come in. He comes into the game with a 3.38. He's got 1 win, 1 loss, 1 save. He's pitched 8 innings, allowed 10 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks. Take a look at the stats here for Jeff. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 5.37. Angel Pagan, 1 for 3, and here is the pitch. 4-6, column 4, row 6, strikeout on a 1-10. That is an 8. Struck him out. David Wright, 2 for 3 with a double, and here is the pitch. 4-6, column 4, row 6, strikeout on a 1-11. That is a 6. Struck him out. Carlos Beltre, 0 for 3. Are they going to let Beltre take the hit? They are. Beltre, here's the pitch. 4-4. Column 4, row 4, strike on a 1-10. That is a 6. Struck him out. And he struck out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. And none left on. An easy to score there. 0, no, very easy to score. Nothing across the board. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Ronnie Sindo, Henry Blanco, and Bob Horay will be up for the Cubs. Brian Stokes staying out there. He can go 1 more inning. But nope, we do have a new pitch and change on the mound for the Mets. And with that, they are going to bring in Pedro Feliz. Pedro's going to come in. That is his card. No changes to the Mets defense. Pedro's going to come in. Comes in the game with a 3.60. He's got 1 win, 1 loss, 2 saves, 5 innings pitched, allowed 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Brian Stokes, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 1.13. Ronnie Sindo, 1 for 1 today with a home run, 2 walks, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. Bottom of the 8th. 3-5, column 3, row 5, that is a blank. 5-5, column 5, row 5, that's going to be good for a base hit to Beltre. Sindo is on. And with that, Henry Blanco is up. Strategy roll is a 16. Blanco 0 for 2. Are they going to let Blanco take the hit? They are. They are not letting Blanco take the hit. Yeah, and they're going to bring in so we're going to bring in Eric Patterson to pinch hit. Patterson's going to pinch hit here. He's batting a 500. Strategy roll is a 12. And that's going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. Strikeout plus on a 1 to 26. That's a 13. Struck him out. So we have a steal attempt. They are going to send him. That is an 11. That's a 6. It'll be a 0. That is a 0. Cindo will go to second. Jorge not taking the hit. And they're going to bring in Daryl Ward to pinch hit. So 2 pinch hitters in this inning. Daryl Ward batting a 214. Strategy roll is a 16. 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a blank. 3-4, column 3, row 4. Power hit to Clark. On a 16, that's a fly out. That is a 2 outs. Cindo will hold. And we go to the top of the order. Reed Johnson 0 for 3, and here is the pitch. Johnson staying in to take the hit. 4-4, column 4, row 4. Double question mark. That is a blank. Nothing happens there. 3-6, column 3, row 6. That's going to be good for a single. Pass easily. Cindo will go to third. He'll go from second to home on a 2 through 6. That is a 4. He'll score. And the Cubs, 4-1. They have a 3-run lead. And with that, Pedro comes out. And they're going to go with Aaron Hellman. Hellman will come in. That is his card. Hellman comes in the game with a 7.88 ERA. He's got no wins, no losses, 1 save. He's pitched 8 innings, allowed 9 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Pedro. Pedro went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 strike, an ERA of a 4.73. Felix Pie, 2 for 4 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4. Strikeout plus on a 1 to 28. That is an 11. Struck him out. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors, and 1 left. And 1 left on. We go to the top after 8. It's Chicago 4, Mets 1. We go to the top of the 9th. And with that, Kerry Wood. Yep. Kerry Wood will get the call up. That is his card. Yep. And for the catcher, they're going to bring in Soto. Soto will catch here as well. So, Kerry Wood, 7.59 ERA. He's got no wins, 2 losses, 2 saves, 8 1/3 of an inning, allowed 12 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 6 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Bob. He went 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, and ERA of a 3.0. Taking a look at this, what the box scores are. Take a look at the box score after 8 had been played here at Wrigley Field. Mets scored a run in the 4th, 1 run, 9 hits, no errors. The Cubs, 2 runs in the 3rd, a run in the 4th, and a run in the 8th, 4 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Diago, 5, 6, and 7. Diago easily, and Clark drew up. And here is the pitch. 5-1, column 5, row 1. Double question mark, single on a 1 to 13. That is a 5. And that's going to be good for a base hit. Strategy rolls are turned off. We take the inning, we take the difference in the score. It's a 3-run game. Add it to the inning we're in the 9th. So 3 plus 9 is 12. The number you get is higher than 10. No strategy. Diamond easily, 1 for 3. Infield at double play depth. 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is a blank. 1-2, column 1, row 2. Power hit to left field. That is a 10. That's going to be good for a triple. And it becomes a 2-run game. 1 run was scored, an RBI triple by Diamond easily. Brady Clark, 1 for 3 with an RBI. No outs and a runner on third. 1-4. Column 1, row 4. That's going to be a walk on a 1 to 12. That is a 6. And that's going to be good for a walk. Staying out there, Castanova, 1 for 3. 3-4, column 3. Row 4, strikeout on a 1 to 11. The 18 is too high. 1-1, column 1, row 1. Ground ball to DeRosa. And are they going to try to score the runner? No, they are not. Not going to score the runner. The out is at first. And with that one away, Clark will hold at first. So with that, Aaron Hillman not taking the hit. Andy Chavez will come in. And with that, Kerry Wood is tired. Chavez batting a .429, and here is the pitch. Runners on the corners. 4-2, column 4, row 2. Possible error. 4-3, power hit to Sorio. His error range is on a 1 to 5. That is a 5. That's going to be good for a base hit. It's an 8 outside of the error range. And it now becomes a 1-run game. Strategy roll is a 6. The lead runner is thrown out. Clark thrown out. We're going to check for runner advancement. Clark is thrown out at third. But if the trailing runner's BR is greater than the die roll, nope. And we go to the top of the order. Jose Reyes, 2 outs, runner on first. Strategy roll is a 19. It's a run 1. It's a 1-run game. Reyes, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He is going to take the hit. 3-3, column 3, row 3. That is a blank. 2-4, column 2, row 4. Fly ball to Sorio. He'll make the catch. And that is the ball game. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Mets trying to find some 9th inning magic, but unfortunately falls short. Final score, 4-3. Final line score coming right up. So the Cubs defeat the Mets and take the series 4-3. The Mets 3 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Cubs 4 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Ted Lilly will pick up his second win. Nelson will pick up the loss. Kerry Wood picks up his third save. Ronnie Sindo hits the only home run in this game. Taking a look at the stats here, Ted Lilly, 2 wins. He went 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, an ERA of a 5.90. Nelson gets the loss. He went 4 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of a 3.85. Aaron Hillman, who went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 7.59. And Kerry Wood, who went 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, an ERA of an 8.71. So that's going to do it for us here at Wrigley Field, as the Mets will drop to 13-6, and the Cubs will improve to 15-5. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstiles here at historic Wrigley Field. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scoonie 007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.